I'm 29 years old, and 2 months ago, I got divorced from my 27-year-old wife. She had been cheating on me with my brother, who is also 27. I found out 4 months ago when she told me she was pregnant. At first, she tried to say the baby was mine, but I noticed my brother visiting a lot, which made me suspicious. One night, I checked her phone while she was sleeping and found messages between them. When I asked her about it, she admitted to the affair. She said they'd been together for a while and didn't plan to tell me. Their plan was for her to leave me after the baby was born and get support payments from me. I come from a family that never treated me well. My brother was always the favorite, and I was treated like an outsider. One memory that stuck with me was when they threw a party meant for me, but started it without me. The cake even had my brother's name on it. When I asked why, they said they didn't want him to feel left out and told me to stop being dramatic. That moment broke me. I left home at 18, paid my way through college, and cut off contact with my family. They never reached out either. Years later, my brother contacted me online, saying he and our parents missed me. I had gotten married by then and had a stable life, but I still had a lot of pain from the past. I decided to give them another chance. We met, and even though it was awkward, they seemed like they wanted to make things right. I invited them to my home, which turned out to be a huge mistake. That's when my brother met my wife. Soon after, they started their affair. I didn't know it at the time. When my wife got pregnant, I was excited, until I saw my brother acting way too close, like touching her belly and talking to the baby. She told me it was nothing, but I felt uneasy. 6 months into her pregnancy, I checked her phone and saw the truth. The baby was his. They had planned everything behind my back. They were even going to rely on child support from me to help raise the baby. I ended the marriage right away. My family supported them. They acted like my brother had done nothing wrong and told me to be happy for them. They even celebrated their relationship on social media, and no one cared how badly I'd been hurt. The divorce didn't go well for me either. My ex-wife made up lies about me, saying I was controlling and forced her to quit her job. My family backed her up in court. I lost a lot of money in my car, but thankfully kept the house. After everything was over, I was just glad it was done. I cut all of them out of my life again. It was painful, but I focused on work and improving myself. That hard work paid off. 2 weeks ago, I got promoted. I now have a better job, higher pay, and a nicer company car. I was proud of myself, so I treated myself to a solo dinner at one of my favorite restaurants. I made the mistake of posting about my promotion online. Within a couple of days, my mom reached out, asking me to come visit. I was confused. They hadn't talked to me since the divorce, and they had supported my ex in her lies. I ignored the message for a few days, but then my mom started calling over and over. Eventually, she even showed up at my office and got into an argument with the receptionist. It was really embarrassing. To get her to leave, I told her I'd visit them in a few days. So, a few days later, I went to their new house. It turns out they'd used the divorce settlement money to move into a bigger place to make room for the baby, who had just been born 3 weeks earlier. I figured the alimony payments were also helping pay the bills, but honestly, the amount was small compared to my current salary, so it didn't bother me much. When I got there, my brother wasn't home, and my ex-wife was asleep. Only my parents were there. I didn't say much and waited for them to explain why they asked me to visit. After a few minutes of silence, my dad told me my brother had lost his job, and they were struggling financially. They had seen my promotion post and hoped I could help out. They said my retired parents, my jobless brother, and my ex-wife, who wasn't planning to go back to work, couldn't make ends meet on just the alimony. Supporting 5 people, including a newborn, wasn't easy. I couldn't believe they had the nerve to ask me for help after everything they did to me. I was so shocked I didn't say anything at first. Then I decided I wasn't going to put up with it. I just stood up and walked out. As I opened the door to leave, my brother showed up. My parents begged me to stay and talk, but I ignored them. My brother looked surprised to see me. I didn't say a word and kept walking. It was pouring rain, and I got soaked walking to my car. I was already in a bad mood. Then came the part where maybe I was a bit harsh. They followed me outside and tried asking for help one more time. This time it was my brother doing the talking. Seeing him beg was surprising. He's always been arrogant. Thanks to how our parents treated us, it must have been really bad for him to swallow his pride like that. Still, I snapped. I told them to leave me alone and said if they were that desperate, they could go beg strangers, because I didn't care anymore. Then I got in my car and left them standing in the rain. Honestly, it felt good. After everything they put me through, it felt like payback. But now, it's been 2 days, and I'm not sure if I did the right thing. My mom won't stop texting me, and I feel guilty. I know I have enough money to help, and it wouldn't hurt me, but after all they did, it just feels like they're trying to use me. Update 1. I decided not to help them. It was tough because I felt guilty about turning my back on my own family, but then I remembered, they had no problem turning their backs on me for years. Even during the divorce, they sided with my ex. So why should I feel bad? I told my mom to stop bothering me or I'd get my lawyer involved. That made them angry. A few days later, my brother showed up at my place. He said he felt bad about my childhood, but then claimed he was just naturally better than me, and that's why our parents treated him better. He also told me to stop being so difficult and to just help our parents out like any normal son would. He said I was acting like a child by holding a grudge. I laughed in his face. He sounded ridiculous. I told him instead of trying to guilt me, he should go find a job. That clearly hit a nerve. He got mad and yelled that I was just jealous because even my ex-wife liked him more than me. He said I was only refusing to help out to get revenge. I didn't argue. I told him he was right, it was revenge, and there was nothing he could do about it. He threatened me, saying he'd make me pay and I'd regret it, but honestly, I'm not scared. He doesn't have the guts or the means to do anything. Update 2. 3 days ago, my brother came back again, trying to convince me to help. It didn't work. My parents had tried, and now it was my ex's turn. She called me. I almost didn't answer, but I figured she might show up if I ignored her. She started off polite, saying she knew I didn't owe them anything, but hoped I'd be the bigger person and help since they were struggling. She tried to guilt me by saying my parents paid for everything growing up, and she tried to be a good wife. Really? My parents always favored my brother and treated me like nothing, and she cheated on me, with him. I used to complain about all this, but it didn't help. I told my ex-wife that I felt bad about their problems, but I was already paying her alimony, even though she didn't deserve it because she cheated on me. She only got the money because my family lied and made me look like the bad guy to help her. She started crying during our call and said I was selfish and had no heart, which was pretty ironic. When I still said no to helping more, she said my brother was right, and she had no choice but to take me to court to ask for more money and embarrass me. Honestly, I want to see them try. Last time, I was so tired and sad that I didn't fight back. I just agreed to pay alimony to get the divorce over with, even though I wasn't the bad person and she didn't deserve any money. This time, I'm ready to fight back and teach my family a lesson. Update 3. Surprisingly, my ex really did file for more alimony because I got promoted, but this time, I wasn't going to give in. I told some mutual friends what was going on and shared the real story. Since most of them didn't know the truth, they were shocked. I asked them to help me if needed, and they agreed. I also told my lawyer I wanted to stop paying alimony completely because she didn't deserve it. I spent days collecting proof that my parents and brother treated me badly and now wanted money just because they heard about my promotion. I was done with them and wasn't going to worry about their feelings anymore. Some cousins, who saw how badly my family treated me growing up, agreed to speak up for me, even though we weren't close. They wanted to help. My lawyer said the evidence was strong, and we might win. Everyone already knew she cheated, but she had lied and said I was the bad guy and my brother was the hero who helped her. I hadn't fought before, but now I was ready to set things straight. When I showed my family videos of friends and relatives supporting me and proving their stories were lies, they had no response. They thought this would be easy again, but I was stronger now. Yesterday, it was officially decided that I no longer have to pay alimony. I felt like the happiest man alive. It was so satisfying to see the angry looks on my family's faces, and my ex almost cried, but I didn't care anymore. I was done. I wanted to go home and relax with some takeout and a movie, but my family had other plans. When I got close to my house, I saw my brother's car parked outside. I was confused but went in anyway. My whole family was standing there, blocking the door. I was surprised and didn't know what to say. I told them to leave or I'd call the police. My dad started yelling at me, saying I should be ashamed for refusing to help and betraying the family. I stayed silent because I didn't want to give them the reaction they wanted. My silence made them angrier. My mom told me to respect my dad and talk, but I stayed quiet. After yelling for a while, my brother lost it. He grabbed my collar and tried to hit me, but my dad stopped him. He called me a jealous loser who would never succeed. That was funny since he's unemployed, lives with my parents, and begs me for money. I told them to leave or I'd call the cops. They finally left, but not before my mom tried one last time to guilt me into giving them money. It didn't work, and they went away. It's been almost a day since, and they haven't contacted me. I hope it stays that way. Next story. My 33-year-old wife cheated on me in December. I caught her with my stepdaughter's father at his house. I've been kicking him off our property for years and keeping his anger in check. I spent the whole day taking care of the house, pets, yard, and my stepdaughter. When we married, she made me give up my old car to drive one of hers. I even did part-time work at the law firm she works at. My days started at 6 a.m., and sometimes didn't end until 2 a.m., because of everything I had to do. I tried to forgive my wife, but I kept catching her talking to the same guy and even planning to sleep with other men. All the while, she kept telling me she wanted to fix our marriage. She hurt me emotionally and sexually. She said her cheating was my fault and used guilt and threats to pressure me into having sex, even when I told her I wasn't ready. After I caught her with that guy, she got pregnant. I asked for a DNA test, but instead, she got an abortion right away, and then blamed me for it. Last month, I decided to leave. I quit my job and walked away. My family has been helping me since then. Every day is hard. Just getting out of bed or eating feels impossible. We were married less than a year, but I lost everything: my job, my car, my home, even my stepdaughter and the bond one had with her family. I have no place to live and no money. If it weren't for my family, I'd be homeless. My mental health is really bad. I later found out that she had been cheating on me even before we got married. It all feels like a sick joke, like it meant nothing to her. I was faithful and loving, but I'm the one who ended up broken and alone. My lawyer, who's also a close family friend, says there's not much I can do legally. I don't know what to do with all these feelings. How do I fix myself? I know I need to take small steps, get a new job, start moving forward, but even leaving the house feels too hard right now. I have severe depression and anxiety. Being in public or around friends drains me. When I finally get back to my car, I just break down and cry. I feel shattered. Nothing is getting better, and I'm lost. Update 1. Ex-wife is bringing the affair partner to court. A friend told me that my ex-wife plans to bring the guy she cheated with to our divorce hearing, just to mess with me. Some of my friends offered to come for support, while others said I should just ignore her. I don't know what the best move is. What would you do? Update 2. Divorce hearing happened today. If you've read my past posts, you know the whole story. I caught my ex-wife cheating just after Christmas last year. I tried to work things out, but she kept talking to him and others, sending inappropriate texts and pictures, and lying to my face each time, saying she'd cut contact when she hadn't. Eventually, I told her I was leaving and filing for divorce. She said she'd kill herself if I left, but I did leave, and now she's finally out of my life. Today, the divorce was finalized. I got up, went to the courthouse, and signed the papers. I didn't say a word to her. I didn't even look at her. Even when she handed me mail from the house, I just took it and kept walking. Funny thing, she said her affair partner would be there with her, but he didn't show up. I found out later, from a note hidden in that mail, that he got another woman pregnant. I tore the note up and threw it away. She had a good man who loved her and did everything for her, and she threw it all away for a guy who cheated on her, beat her, and doesn't even want to be a dad. He dumps his daughter off on his mother every chance he gets. That same daughter used to call me Dad because she barely knew him. Even his mom cried with me on Christmas because she was so glad her granddaughter had me. Now, he's having another baby that he probably won't care for. I just hope the new mother gets away before things get worse, for the baby's sake. As for me, I'm feeling weird. On the outside, I'm energetic and calm, but inside, I feel empty. I thought I'd feel relief after today. In some ways, I do, but I also feel very alone. I keep bouncing between feeling happy and feeling numb. Sorry if all of this is scattered, I'm just trying to make sense of everything. I honestly wish none of us had to suffer.